Can the total refrigerant charge required by an air conditioner with R454B be completed using only the percentage of gas lost after a partial leak? Let's start by noting that R454B is a modern refrigerant blend with a low global warming potential. It is composed of 68.9% R32 and 31.1% R1234YF, which makes it a zeotropic blend classified as A2L, meaning slightly flammable. This type of zeotropic blend is characterized by having two components with different boiling points, although very close in value. This phenomenon is also known as temperature glide. However, unlike other blends with high glide values, R454B stands out for having a very low temperature glide, only 1.5 degrees Celsius. This feature has important implications for how leaks and recharges are managed in air conditioning systems. Thanks to its low glide, R454B can behave very similarly to R410A when it comes to recharging. Refrigerant manufacturers such as Gas Survey and Chemours have stated that after a leak, partial recharges can be done by introducing only the amount of gas lost in order to complete the full charge, as long as it is done in liquid phase to ensure the correct component ratio. Johnson Controls also supports this idea, stating that this refrigerant can be topped up with a percentage of gas lost after a partial leak without affecting its performance, thanks to its blend stability. However, although it is technically possible to recharge only the lost percentage of gas, many manufacturers still take a conservative approach. For example, Carrier states that in its systems with R454B, after repairing a leak, a small test charge should be added, then all remaining refrigerant in the system should be recovered. A deep vacuum should be applied down to 500 microns. And finally, the system should be fully recharged with new R454B using the nominal charge specified on the equipment label. This approach seeks to avoid any deviation in the blend or long-term performance issues. So what should be done in practice? Here is the recommended procedure after an R454B leak. Store the remaining R454B still inside the unit. To do this, use a recovery cylinder, a recovery station, or if the leak allows it, store the gas in the outdoor unit of the air conditioner. Locate and repair the leak. If you need to weld, remember to purge the affected section of the system with nitrogen. Evacuate the system using a vacuum pump until reaching a pressure below 500 microns to eliminate moisture and air. If the leak was properly repaired, this 500 micron vacuum should remain stable. Test for at least 20 minutes to ensure the vacuum does not change. Assess the percentage of gas loss. A. If the R454B loss was small or moderate, for example between 10 and 40% of the total charge, you can replenish only the amount lost, as long as it is charged in liquid phase. Be sure to check system pressures, temperatures, and performance. B. If the R454B leak was large or unknown, above 50%, the best practice is to recover all refrigerant, evacuate the system, and recharge with new R454B using the charge specified on the equipment's data plate. This avoids using old R454B, whose component ratio may no longer be correct. To estimate the leak percentage, observe the pressure on the gauges while the system is running. Normal pressure should be around 118 pounds per square inch. Also, remember that a major leak may cause a drop in the equipment's electrical current draw, which can be checked with a clamp meter. Verify proper operation through pressure and temperature checks, and measure current with a clamp meter to ensure the system is working optimally. Remember that the outdoor unit of an R454B system should be placed in a well-ventilated location to avoid refrigerant buildup in the event of a future leak. Conclusions. It is possible to top up only the lost amount of R454B if the leak was moderate. This is feasible thanks to the low temperature glide of the gas, which helps maintain a stable blend even after a partial leak, as long as the recharge is done in liquid phase. However, many manufacturers such as Carrier recommend a more standardized and safer approach, which involves fully recovering the old R454B and recharging the system from scratch with new R454B. This precaution helps ensure long-term system stability, but may be impractical when the amount of R454B increases with the cooling capacity of the air conditioner.